Ready.
All right, yeah, let's do this. Moment of silence for the audio starts now. Oh, that's so delicious. So wonderfully delicious. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, we're still good. All right, you ready? You recording?
I'm good.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, and... Hello, welcome to another episode of dkgWELP, the Drunk Kids Gaming Podcast. I'm joined, as I always am, by the fat man in the corner, Curly. What's up, bro?
You talking about fat man? You sounded like you were gonna eat the intro. Right? You're like I'm gonna get this dkgWELP. Get in my mouth. Glorious.
So delicious.
I am fantastic. I have, I don't know, my mood swings go back and forth all the time, but I'm in a great, fantastic fucking Sunday afternoon, evening, post-chicken, recovery moment. Yeah, that's it. Hey.
You get over Metal Gear yet?
No. We still gotta finish it. It's on the docket. I was planning on doing it yesterday, but I got drunk. And then yeah, that's it. We just leave it with that.
How is that an excuse for anything?
I can't play those final levels drunk.
I gotta fucking introduce our guests.
We got other people on the show.
Joining us, shut the fuck up. Joining us this week, two lovely ladies from the internet.
Yeah,
Really?
Ladies is a hard word, man. We're joined this week by Queen. Oh my God, words are so fucking terrible. Queenofsporks and Sixfootgelfling.
Let's just back it up.
No.
Queen of Gelflings and Sixfootsporks. Welcome to
That would be terrifying. 6 foot sports? Jesus.
I want an army of them.
I am the Queen Gelfling, and this is my 6-foot spork.
I think that was a Godzilla villain.
That needs to happen now for all you people that draw. Before the show is over, can we get a live interpretation of a Queen Gelfling with a 6-foot spork? I'd be super happy for that. It would defend the gates of the DKG Landia. Take two. We don't do take twos. We just start. Domestic Dan's in the chat. Anyways, for those that don't know, this is episode 19 of your favorite friends from the DKG world and the people that we can convince to come on this shit show for an hour, discussing random crap. This is our podcast. Whoop-de-whoop-a-doop-a-doo-wub-a-dub-lub. And it's lovely. And it's now. What you been up to, Kaz? I don't know if because we didn't do last week, so I don't have any news on how you've been doing.
Yeah, we
Still
didn't
no
do
job?
last week. No, because I've been doing. If you really want to know, I've been doing night classes, which is why I didn't get a job yet. Because
you getting your realtor's license?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna sell fucking houses. I'm gonna flip houses. I'm gonna buy an old lady's house out from under her fucking ass and fucking sell it while she's still living in it, and then fucking tell her fucking fat old ass eminent domain, bitch. Take your fucking cookies and give them to someone who gives a fuck, because I don't.
She's gonna have to go back to work selling Avon.
I got a lovely white couple with a black baby that want this house.
So since quick intro and / what you've been up to, Queen of Sporks. You've not been on the show. This is your first time.
Yes, it is my first time. I'm really excited. I totally wasn't prepared.
You're one of my favorite people. We hang out sometimes recently, but we've been playing Rocket League.
Yeah, I haven't been actually around Twitch on much in the past week because I've got some eye gross stuff, but yeah.
Forgot about that
But
already,
I'm
and now
like
it's
getting
back.
drunk tonight, so I'm ready for anything.
I'm gonna get 2 shots in me and show you my eye goop. But yeah, Queen of Sporks does stream, so preemptively follow the girl now. She's amazing. Trust us. Trust us here. Well, you wouldn't be on the show if it wasn't that you're hilarious and amazing. Also hilarious and amazing, Sixfootgelfling. You know her, you love her. Everyone that's in this chat has probably seen her at some point. Yeah, at least in the back chat or in the channel and whatever. But yeah, what you been up to?
A lot of work. Skidding into channels. I skid into a lot of channels and then skid promptly out.
I do appreciate the the emote as you come in and out of channels.
Well, you know, I mean, it's half the time I'm so busy. I've got it's coming into the annual client part of the year, so I'm doing a lot more graphic design lately. I'm doing a lot more web building. I'm doing a lot of stuff that doesn't have to do with Twitch. But then I find myself, whenever I'm taking a break, I'm working on my stuff for Twitch. I'm working on the channel and working on stuff like that. And I'm improving stuff and hopefully improving it. Whatever. But it's basically anything that computer or work. There's not a whole lot of sleeping that's going on involved, and it's amazing. I'm totally on crack right now.
That's the dream, but it's also, as soon as it like kicks into high gear, you're like, I wish I didn't have all this fucking work.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Am I desynced?
No, I think you're fine. If it's going to be anything, it's going to be on mine, and we're going to have to deal with it because the only other option is to restart the show, and I'll fix it in post if we have to. But anyways, it looks fine on my end. So, yeah, I fucking met Tommy Wiseau 2 nights ago. I don't know if anyone saw that tweet. Anyone that's a fan of the fucking room?
Oh yeah.
I
saw that tweet and the tweet of you just laying on the floor, and I was like, I feel like I should be worried.
That's how I end most of my night. So
Yeah, I'm gonna. Tommy motherfucking Wiseau. That dude is a goddamn rock star. He also kind of looks like a skeleton. I had to do some editing of this picture because it was the darkness. He's a vampire
look like
in a
you
suit.
two are about to enter like the fucking gates of gay.
Looks like those
gates
glamour
are what?
shots we used to take in high school, like back in the early or late 90s.
Oh,
It
yeah,
looks like
with
he
a
just
really-
walked off the set of Rainbow Bright.
So what it was there's a
Man, that Teletubby show was amazing.
for anyone
see what
that,
they did?
for anyone that has seen The Room, it's the Citizen Kane of bad movies, and it's one of those that's like so bad in so many ways and so consistently that you're just like, there's no way that this wasn't planned. But then you look at it and you look at Tommy Wiseau and you see him in interviews and stuff, and you're like, okay, no, he's just an amazing idiot, and he just made this thing. And so it's like, he's playing into it. Whatever it is, after meeting him, I still have no idea if he's legitimately crazy or if he's just striking gold, or because it's insane. So there's a place near me in Kensington that does a midnight showing of it, and once a year, Tommy Wiseau comes out and meets all the fans and does signings and stuff, and hangs out and watches the show with everybody. And so I was going to go, and then I wasn't because I was late, and I was like, it's already like a half hour in. The movie was supposed to start at 12. The line had started at 11:30. It was filled up. But I drove over there at like 12:40, 40 minutes after it started, and the line had just walked inside the theater, and they were like sweeping up the area, and Tommy Wiseau was standing there by the merch bench and like with one fan that was just like overtly like just being like, you're so amazing, blah blah blah. And I just walked up and he's like, yeah, I gotta go in, so I gotta let go. And he was about to do the whole like, he had his hype man on stage like being like, Tommy Wiseau's coming out in a second. And so I grabbed him and I was like, dude, you're awesome. And he's like, oh hey, you want a picture? And I'm like, yeah. Guy's wearing 4 belts. He's got a suit on. He's just a fucking crazy foreigner rock star, and I love him to death. That's what I've been up to. I'm going to be on cloud goddamn 9 for a good while after meeting that guy and having that experience. That was fun. Yeah, my story beats all your guys'.
Yeah, it definitely beats our story.
I've
I've never seen that movie.
Challenging, like, fucking...
What more? God damn it.
Life is a challenge. Every day is a struggle to be the best. Around.
I'm gonna fucking go find a mountain to train on before Miller kills it.
You're gonna be the very
Gotta
best.
bring your old school Walkman and play the Rocky theme song.
I already have my Pikachu, so I win.
Are you excited for
Oh,
Pokemon Go?
No, I have no
Pokemon
interest
is
at all in it. That's Froakie.
What Pokemon is this? Yeah, there you go. I got this one.
Motherfucking Froakie.
You're not excited for Pokemon Go?
Here's the thing: is Pikachu can kick Froakie's ass because Froakie is water and Pikachu is electricity. So suck it.
If I was still in the Pokemon, I'd have her come back, but I don't. All right.
Well, I heard that Pokemon Go is going to be supported by a lot of microtransactions, and I'm not like, I don't give a shit about that. And unless I can get a Chandelure, I don't care. So, or a Litwick.
I still don't. I still don't acknowledge any Pokemon after 151. They don't exist to me. I'll talk up a storm all day about those original 151, including Missing No. But I won't go any further than that.
Still got
I
that
don't trust.
Pokemon rap in my head.
Fucking Tamagotchi bullshit. Fucking Digimon wannabe shenanigans.
Beedrill.
This is recycled ass fucking. I can't even count that high.
Fucking, oh god, I fucking hate 4 Kids. I'm so glad that thing fucking died. Terrible
Well,
fucking
it's-
era of American anime.
Oh no, I'm in
sucks.
agreement with something that Nikon is in agreement with. Jesus Christ.
Well, it sucks because my favorite Pokemon debuted, Chandelure and Litwick, they debuted in black and white. That's my favorite Pokemon out of all of them. And yet it's like, oh, it's not part of the 151, so it doesn't matter, except for this one. Like, for the most part, I agree with you, except
Gotcha.
for that one.
You fell in love with the other ones. I refuse to look at the other ones.
Everybody has one. Like,
You can't exactly get a
Everybody
plushie, though. It'd burn your house down.
I was always a big fan of Eevee, but I know that's like the go-to cute, adorable thing that everyone loves.
I don't know Pokemon. I've never watched it, played it, none of that.
We're gonna have a Teach
hour.
Queen how to play Pokemon stream.
No, please no.
False swipe, master ball. What?
Yeah, you ask my son. He knows it all.
what the fuck? My fucking Kakuno does nothing.
What do you mean harden?
How do I even catch this fucking abracadabra? God damn it!
Flop.
What is a missing?
Splash, splash, splash.
Oh,
And they
good
gave
times.
it tackle. What the fuck was that?
It'll just
Yeah.
make me crying for like 4 hours.
Absolutely. What were you doing during your
Well,
childhood,
that's
Queen?
What you have kids for. You live vicariously through them.
During my childhood, I was locked outside and forced to
Oh, you
figure
were
out
one of those
what the
kids.
hell, and then I wasn't allowed back inside until the streetlights came on.
I'm imagining young Queenie just playing with a skip it.
I'm an 80s kid. I was born, well, I don't know if you want to give ages, but I was raised in the 80s, so yeah, we didn't, my mom actually had a Nintendo and a Super Nintendo, but we weren't allowed to play it. Only she was allowed to play
That
it.
bitch. Jesus.
Oh yeah, no, we had all that stuff by the time I came around, but my mother was one of those go outside and play and do all this stuff or whatever, and I would always just pretend like my brother left me, even though he actually did. But I didn't give a fuck because I wanted to go back in the house and play with my fucking Super Nintendo and fucking Sega Genesis, and they'd be like, I don't know where they went. They left without me. I'm gonna play Super Nintendo now.
Aw.
And then my brother would come home and be like, "Why the fuck didn't you want to go? We went down to the park." And I'd be like, "Shut the fuck up." I'm on the last level.
Don't
Fuck-
leave me back. Oh no, I guess I gotta play Chrono Trigger. Oops.
Yeah.
No.
I just got to the time warp. Get out of here. What's your shit?
And see, I don't know a lot of like games from that era. And yeah, I know you're into like Super Mario Brothers and shit, but not major games.
JWP, if I want my Pokemon to have Mega Evolutions or Evolutions at all, I'm gonna just go ahead and stick with Digimon. You can get that trash out of here. I stick with my 151. I don't want none of that crazy stuff. Pokemon's supposed to be simple.
So me and Curly were talking about this a few days ago, and Curly found my copy of
Is that
Original
Legaia?
Legaia.
Yeah, baby, the fucking Rosaru. Yeah. One of the best fucking PlayStation RPGs ever fucking made, and no one played it. Except apparently Kaz and I while we watched Rockadoodle.
I just sold a
Rockadoodle.
copy of that today. I sold a copy of that. Along with
Rockadoodle?
Legend of Dragoon. No, Legend of Legaia.
Oh, I was like,
Sorry,
who-
something
who's-
exploded.
Oh, are you okay?
Is
Do you need? You
everything
can
okay?
go. We can pause.
Oh no, it's okay. I have a Squirtle with bubble on standby, so if anything lights on fire, we're cool.
There's just a second we're gonna see a creeping fire against the backdrop.
Yeah,
It's like-
just
If you see
wait.
anything flickering behind me,
Yeah.
just let me know, and we're good.
If somebody's seen my copy, of
you lend it to someone. Someone out there has Legend of Legaia with Kaz's name in Sharpie written on it.
Oh my
Return
God,
to
that is so
Kaz.
worth it.
Nah, Tim, we're gonna schedule a DKG movie night for
on a
Rockadoodle.
CD spindle.
I love Rockadoodle.
It's gonna
Oh my
happen.
god, yeah. So, fucking DKG updates. A DKG movie night is coming back. If you haven't never taken a part of this, we all hop in the mumble, watch a fucking movie together. Last time I think it was Kung Fury.
Oh, we
Kung
all
Fury.
watched Kung Fury
Yeah.
together. Yeah, that was
We
that was
all
fun.
watched Kung Fury together. And very recently, fucking Curly with his jokes out of nowhere made a Rockadoodle joke during a stream. So now we're all gonna watch Rockadoodle, which is so lovely because it's one of those movies that only a few of us have seen, and it's so oddly. It's one of those like weird animated movies that's just really weirdly fucked up.
It's like I can't wait to watch it just because, especially like I wouldn't watch it without you guys. Like it would have to be something I watch. There'd be a reason for it, obviously. It's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good.
It's one of the few
Very-
movies I still have on VHS. I have Rockadoodle, The Mighty Ducks, the animated series, not the live-action movie, and I think I have Return of Jafar, and like some VR Troopers episodes, but Rockadoodle is the main part of that.
I definitely had
Some of the
Rockadoodle
hiccups.
on VHS, but it was like recorded from a Showtime event. So it had like commercial beforehand and then trying to get it, ready and then record over something else. At some point you flip to a different movie and then it comes back. It's pretty good times.
Yeah.
Guys, do you have any news stories
Good
for us
shit.
today?
I do have news stories. I was going to move us into news stories. Here we
Motherfucking
go.
boop boop news bag stinger boop doop boop boop doop boop news bag.
I would take it most people
I don't have a
are
news bag bumper.
familiar
You can't.
with- I would think it most people are familiar with the show Bob's Burgers, right?
Baba's Burgers?
I love that show.
Biggity Baba's
I
Burgers?
don't watch it, but I know what it is.
So the gentleman who does the voice of the son,
what
who
the
fucking
fart?
if you open up this article, this dude looks like are we getting money?
I have 69 cents in the tip jar
Where's the
from
sparkly money's at? Oh yeah, good one, bro.
Did you mute this? Did you mute these sound effects? Apparently the answer is no.
The answer is no. Now, where's the other 39 cents, bitch?
Yeah, PayPal takes
Or
that.
31. Shit, fuck that. Can't do math.
So the gentleman Eugene Meerman, who does the voice of Gene on the show Bob's Burgers, is putting out a comedy album. He's a stand-up comedian in his daytime when he's not doing voiceover work. Now that's not the special part about this. So the special part about this is it's a 7-disc set, right? Including 195 orgasm sounds and 45 minutes of crying.
Wow. Really good weekend.
So, hold on. I want to break down this 7-disc set for everyone.
Oh, please do.
Yes. So you got LP1, which is his actual comedy that he did live in Seattle from the Columbus Theater. So that's what it's called, live in Seattle at the Columbus Theater.
Let's show off this guy's face for a second.
Yeah, he looks like the character that he
He
does. The
looks
voice
like
for,
Gene, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Which
I
I guess
haven't
is.
seen the
alright.
show, but he's cute, I guess.
I mean, it's also a poorly. I don't want to
No,
say poorly.
he's
It's
not
just.
cute.
It's not a very high resolution cartoon in the first place.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh,
So then you're
sorry, Eugene. dkgWELP swiped left. About as a potato as twitching to you. Oh.
Our second disc is a guide to meditation for the thoughtful body, calming meditation to cheer and soothe the cultured mind. Then you have disc 2B, which is Fuckscape, erotic soundscapes for lovebirds and adventurous friends.
To
And
be,
you
or
know how
then the
long
next
some of
disc
these
is
are.
to not to be.
Right. So disc 3 is Eugene's comprehensive sound effects library. He's put together a series of sound effects for you to listen to and some Foley work that he's done.
Oh, there's
Disc
this whole
4
7 discs. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
So disc 4 is digital drugs. It's a set of binaural acoustic pharmaceuticals for you to get off to. And then you got disc 5 is the 45 minutes of him crying. It's just a full-hearted 45-minute cry-a-thon.
Full-hearted,
So
yeah.
it's not crying orgasms. It's
No.
not orgasms while
No,
someone else
because-
is crying. It's
Because
Separate.
then you get to disc 7, which is 195 orgasms.
And his
Okay.
description of that is sorry.
Yeah.
But I like it. On disc 6, he's got ringtones and outgoing voicemail messages for your personal use. That's cool. Everyone, I love this shit. I do.
No, dude, I thought this was fucking awesome. Like, I at first when I read this, I was like, oh, it's a dude putting out a comedy album. Like,
Yeah.
whoop de fucking do. Like, that shit is a dead medium. And then I looked at it and I was like, this is fucking creative. Like, holy shit. Like,
Well,
this
you-
takes some fucking work.
Because I mean, this is the day where everyone, and we say this all the time. Like, I'm the reason I'm on the internet is because we're in the day that any chucklefuck can fucking produce and
Chuckle.
put out something, and someone will listen to it. But like, the cynical people will be like, oh, that's just going to saturate the market and no one will be able to get their shit heard. But the person about like I am is like, well, the good shit's going to sift to the top and get better for the competition. And we could be in an age where it would be the same old shit that happened in the 90s where it's like, well, you make an album and you put your comedy stuff out there and then you go on Comedy Central and you get an hour-long special. Whoop-de-doo, you did the circuit. But now we got like fucking in entrepreneurial fucking awesome comedians doing crazy shit like fucking this to get their shit seen. And I love it. I love getting fucking. I mean, cool. The orgasms are hilarious and all that stuff. But fucking if you're really into this dude's voice and you enjoy him as a voice actor, getting like the ringtones and outgoing voicemail messages for you can use for like whatever little sound bites and stuff is great and hilarious and awesome. And who knows? You might find a use for those 195 orgasms.
T2 dropped us a link that says you can also buy it with a chair and a bathroom.
Seriously?
Oh, a chair or a bathroom. Yeah.
Is this a Kickstarter?
There you go.
No, I
that
think
extra
there's...
mile.
Wow.
No, it's just a straight up like.
That better be an amazing fucking chair for $1,200.
I was gonna say this is only $15. Like the chair is.
And the bathroom's from 12. Is it a bathroom he's stolen from a fucking high class hotel? Because then I can see paying like $225 for that. I totally would.
All right, I'm buying this.
And yes, there is vinyl. You can get it on vinyl. Someone
If you want, yeah. Well, NSFW Ben was asking if you can play 2 of the CDs at the same time. So you can get your crying and your orgasms at the same time.
2 CD players.
Get your dual
what you do
CD boombox.
And then you get 2 sets of earbuds, 1 in each ear. And... No? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that word.
There's no description of what this chair is.
I know. I want to know what the fucking chair is.
See, Queenofsporks, back in the day, we had these things called CD players, like mobile ones. So you take 2 of those, and then you put earbuds in both, and then you take 1 earbud for each
I
ear.
thought you meant, oh my god, I'm a fucking moron. I thought you meant like 1 set of earbuds with 2 separate plugs, and I'm like, that's not going to work. Yeah.
No, see, back in the day, we had this technology that would allow you to do that shit.
You just get a headphone splitter, a fucking 6-disc changer, and you go about your day. You hit random and fucking you take what you get.
That's too much money to just fucking sit and play 2 CDs.
Crying orgasm, Skyrim ambient soundtrack. It's whatever. Just mix it up.
Curly's still over there buying this.
I'm trying. I'm working through the cart.
She's intense.
Working through the shopping cart right now.
Are you buying it with the
Alright.
chair?
I want to see
I
you
don't
in that
think
bathrobe,
afford
Curly.
that chair, yeah.
I'm not paying. I'm not.
Aw.
I ain't that kind of rich yet.
That's like double my fucking rent.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
That's a car payment.
The bathrobe?
That's an expensive ass
What
fucking
kind of car are you driving?
$1,200 a month.
Open
Nissan
2
Sentra.
DLC winners. There you go.
Which you could get right now if you go to your dealer and say dkgWELP, and they'll give you a discount on a new
For all
Nissan Sentra.
On a used
Small advert
rental.
moment. Yeah, you go on and get a used car down in San Diego. You can go mention dkgWELP to New Cars Incorporated. Old Mark
And then you
down
have to
there will
have
get you a.
So this is how it works. You go down to the car dealer, you say dkgWELP, and then you have a staring contest with the dealer for 20 minutes where no one says anything, and then you go discount, and then if he doesn't say it, that's not one of our correspondents who will author that deal. So you have to go to another car dealer and do the whole thing over again.
It's Crazy Hank.
Next story. All right, so our next story is I Googled this 700 times to see if it was satire or real. It's real. I just want to let
Satire
you know that
or real,
off the bat.
guys? True or poo, as they
So-
call it.
Woman discovers that her long-term boyfriend was actually her female best friend.
Okay, that sounds like a Cards Against Humanity setup and delivery.
I love
Yeah.
this story so
So,
much.
this British woman who had spent 2 years in a relationship with her thought-to-be boyfriend was amazed to discover that in the throes of lovemaking, when she took off her blindfold that she was required to wear whenever they met, that it was actually one of her female best friends banging her with the strap on. Let that all just wash over you. As you
A
think
2-year
about that.
relationship where she was forced to required to wear a blindfold.
Mostly internet-based. I read the article. I skimmed
Yeah.
the article earlier. Mostly internet-based, and then they would meet up in like a hotel room, and he quote unquote would insist that he had to go to the doctor the next day, so he would be gone by the time she woke up, because apparently car accident, brain tumor, half
left them
Filipino, half Latino.
disfigured.
Too ashamed of the injuries that suffered during a car accident.
Yeah.
And so her friend that set this up knew her beforehand.
Yeah, they were best friends.
Yeah, were emphasis.
Yeah.
Now she's like brought charges against her or something.
Oh, I
which
thought this was going to
I
end
can
up being a
understand.
beautiful story about how they
don't
fell
know
in
if
love.
No, there's nothing beautiful about
No,
this.
Oh,
she's just, like,
man.
insanely creepy.
No, she's brought charges. She's got like assault or something like that, sexual assault.
Yeah.
I mean, if I found out,
Wow.
like, after 2 years, Kaz was blindfolding me and we had a sweet relationship, I wouldn't bring charges.
Do they have strap-on vaginas? Would that like work?
Yeah, yeah,
That's
they
called a
do.
butt.
It exists.
Flashlight.
I don't know another
I'm imagining this, and it's really fucking freaking.
You don't actually have to strap on the vagina. It's not.
Well, I know, but
I just gotta you just tuck everything else up, put a flashlight right there. and-
Exactly.
No.
Ace the Jackalope is like, she was happy for 2 years.
But she was like, oh my god, no! I would murder that person.
Her best friend knew what she wanted, and she didn't
Did you
knew
just
that
say
she
breast
didn't.
friend?
Yeah, he did
Yeah,
say
I-
breast
Well,
friend.
after all of this is over, they're definitely booby buddies, if you know what I mean.
But how do you not like feel like?
I mean, making up all of the lies is a little bit creepy because at that point, like, you after 2 years, especially with online discussion, you know, there's a shit ton of like, she probably thought she knew like all the backstory of this dude and this created character.
Also, in the article, it said they had like conversations maybe through Skype, but like voice conversation. She was like, yeah, he did have a really high pitched voice. Like apparently all the signs were there that she was just like, no, not. She was ignoring it.
Yeah, I mean, because at that point, like people were saying, like, how would you know her voice? Like, you would know, right?
It was your best
Yeah.
friend, and if you were talking to them on Skype and they were pretending to be a dude, like,
Yeah.
you would. I think I would still even know if it was like my best friend or something.
So that's what I'm getting to is like, she just kind of wanted to be happy. She's having a good time. She leaned into
Having a
it.
Good time.
I mean, if you're getting fooled like that, you're getting fooled because you want to be fooled.
Yeah, no.
It's-
I mean,
I'm not victim blaming here, for fuck's
Right.
sake. But
Oh, good God. Oh yeah, let's don't go down there.
she was asking for it with the blindfold, I guess.
No, no, no. And the hate mail.
Oh, man. You can send your
And
hate mail
cue
to
the
podcast
guild.
at dkgtv.com.
when did she find out?
In the middle of lovemaking.
She
Yeah.
just pulled off her
Yeah.
blindfold.
Now, apparently
she
she
reached
reached
back.
up, to grab the person's head and felt something. I don't know what it was. She felt.
Her best friend's hair.
Ponytail.
But guys have ponytails and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
Man bun.
Maybe she brushed a boob on the way to grip the head. I don't know.
it's like, no, I just gained a little weight lately. Oh, okay, no problem. Let's go.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
okay, you don't have to answer this question, but does a strap-on feel like a dick?
I've never been fucked with a strap on. I don't know.
Okay,
Can't say is
I
that.
mean,
Well,
it's basically just a dildo.
Well, yeah.
it's
The
gotta
big-
feel different, right?
well, the big thing is the temperature. Like if you warm it up
on
beforehand,
the nose,
it feels
Gelfling.
like- yeah, it feels. You know,
She
you can
probably
say
had
that
like
it's
a
body temp.
just a beaker in the corner full of hot boiling water.
Throw it in the oven for a
Dipped
minute.
Hotels have microwaves.
Microwave
second.
that shit for 30
Or at
seconds
least
on
Warm
high.
up that strap on.
You
Flip it
got,
Don't do it for
over
more than
another
2
30
minutes.
seconds on
you
high.
got a coffee pot. You can boil some water.
Ugh. And all of a sudden it's kind of gritty, and you're just like,
Make
well,
some
you know, it's been one of those
coffee,
kind of days.
Stir it with the
It's
dildo.
gritty.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Why does my vagina smell like coffee?
Yeah, it's my cologne.
You mix it up with your macaroni and cheese. Like, oops.
That Easy Mac.
Ugh, people.
Queenossporks
I
is
wanted this to end up be such a happy story, and it's so sad.
No, how did you think this was gonna be happy?
Well,
She was fooled, bamboozled, left out in the streets naked.
we should get married and have
No.
kids.
No,
We were
that-
going to
that
do all
was the
sorts of things.
Give her, now here's the thing, is give her like 6 months after the litigation is over, when they sit down at like a local cafe, a local Starbucks, they share a coffee, and they're like, okay, look, this was bullshit. And their friend can be like, yeah, I know. It's like, you did me wrong. And her friend can be like,
What?
yeah, I
Oh,
know.
I thought somebody said
It's like-
something.
And then she can say like, but I really like that move you did with your hips and stuff. Can you show me how to do it? Oh shit, yeah, I got a hotel just down
Just
the way.
look at
And
her
then
and just be like, yo, can't nobody fuck you like I did. And
Well,
make a rap song
apparently,
about it.
like, she sent abusive text messages to the deceiving friend afterwards, and like they're all questioning her about it, why she was being so mean. I'm like, what? Seriously? Like,
After-
you're lucky that's like all that happened was you got abusive text messages. And I read the text messages. They weren't abusive. They were just like, what the fuck? Why the fuck were you doing what you were doing? And I don't know.
After 2 years of like what she
They
thought
still-
was happiness, though, you got to think that from now on she's going to be a little fucked up for like going on.
In every single relationship, she's gonna question everything now.
Well, in every relationship, she's going to be like,
That's
"Hey,
from-
I know this might sound weird, but can you blindfold me and get that strap on?"
Or she's actually going to open her eyes once in a while and be like, internet romance. Maybe I should fact check. You know? Instead of, yeah, let's bang, you know, and let me put a blindfold on because trust issues.
You should have also known it was a problem when the man, or the alleged man, sent her an eternity ring.
Yeah, in the mail.
Yeah.
It's mail.
How many dudes do you know that sent you an
Like, well, I
eternity
guess
ring?
We're engaged now. No, that's not how that happened.
This was true,
I'm
Ace the
gonna be
Jackalope. This was
Curly
true.
burps every 2 seconds.
Unless you're like in high school, then a guy could give you an eternity.
Eternity.
ring.
Eternity ring.
Not if you're a grown ass
Oh, you
woman.
don't.
You're not going to be with that guy very long. Because
Definitely
the
not for
Fonz over
eternity.
there is going to fucking have more fun.
I have another news story for us.
Oh no.
After Curly fucking gives us a sample of what's in his nose.
Shut it!
Okay.
Man's got to blow, and a man's
So,
got to blow.
This one is a little bit of the tragedy lover, but there's a good side to this, right? So, have you ever had a beloved pet that has passed on, and you've wished that you could have that pet again?
Yep.
Thank you. Now, there is a company in Korea that will clone your dog, specifically for $100,000.
Little expensive, not worth that much, but cool.
Yes.
That's actually reasonable.
There is a corresponding video that goes along with this, but I'm going to explain this to you first. So,
Sure.
um,
I thought they've been able to do this
basically-
forever.
they have been, but
Which
this
link
is
has-
what this
has the,
company? It's the YouTube link.
I see a life science and a
Why don't you,
Bloomberg.
why don't you go?
There's a
over
third
left?
one on the right, my babe.
So basically, what this company specializes in this. So this isn't the whole cloning of an animal isn't something new, but this is their speciality.
Yeah,
This
because
is
what in like
they
the
do.
'90s we did Dolly, right? Like the sheep.
Yeah,
96.
the sheep.
God, that was so long ago. 20 years
so-
ago? Fuck me in the ass.
We did. So they have that, and now this company
Jesus.
has sparked up. I think it's called Shuma. I forget what the company is called. I'll look at the article in a second. But basically, you get them a sample of your live and or dead dog, and they will clone it for you.
Sure.
Why not cats?
I'm pretty sure they could probably do cats. But,
No, I think it's
dogs are man's best
mostly
friend.
any of the animals.
Yeah, but this one they kind of for some reason focused on dogs. So
I mean,
I'll put this video in the chat.
well, I put the
in our
video
live
because it's
chat.
7 minutes long. I figured I'd just play it in the background while you talk.
Oh yeah.
It's just gonna
now-
be cute puppies for like 20 minutes.
It
This
is
is
cute
great.
puppies for a bunch of
We
time.
could just do this. The
No,
show would
but
get so
there's
many
a-
views right now. I'll just put this in the background.
So we now get to the really fucked up part for me.
Sure.
And it's going to get to that in the video really soon after it tells
if
the sappy
it's
story.
got
of this.
two heads, Kaz, I'm closing the video now.
No.
If it looks like a fucking Dark Souls boss. After the cloning
process.
Here's your dog back. It's better.
So the process of this, right, is you pay them the $100,000. You then need to send them multiple skin samples of your very recently deceased pet.
Sure.
And the way that they say you do this is if your dog has to have been dead for no longer than 5 days, you wrap it in towels and refrigerate it. Don't freeze it.
Because freezing destroys the cells from the inside.
Yeah.
Thank you for the science.
Whoa, we're getting graphic images are coming soon.
Yes.
Do I want to show this, guys? God damn it.
You could probably cut away and then cut back.
So what they do-
Dogs?
No, they don't show dead dogs, but they show the taking of the tissue sample. So you take a skin sample, you send it to this company. They take those skin samples, make a bunch of cultures. Then here's where it gets even more fucked up. Then in the video, they very specifically say they rent 2 dogs. Right? So they rent 2 dogs.
Oh, okay, then, yeah, I get
From
it.
rent a puppy.
Yes.
Rent a puppy, make them
2
fuck.
female dogs, right? So one female dog, they cut her open, pull out her uterus, extract eggs from her. Then they take those eggs and remove all the DNA from them. So that dog's DNA has nothing to do with those eggs. They then take your dead dog's DNA and inseminate that into the eggs. Then here's where the second dog comes into play. They then cut that dog open. Yes. They then cut that dog open and fill it full of eggs. And in
Well, that makes sense. That's how cloning works.
Yeah, but it sounds like an episode of like an alien movie or something.
Kaz is just weird. This is such an unnecessary video, by the way. Like you get what? Like I mean, everyone here understands. Like you got to take a tissue sample of the dog, so you're gonna be cutting away some of the skin of your recently deceased dog. You don't need to have a 1080p camera zoomed in on that and show it to me. Like I am not okay right now. I have a whole bag of not okay. Like you can show like a cute like you saw that like the video that the Jurassic Park did with the fucking cute like Mr. Clippy like showing the fucking we take the genes and we put them in frogs and everything.
It gets to that a little while in there.
I would like that, but they don't need to be like here's a bleeding dog. It's like fuck. Oh. Oh.
I just want to watch this now.
Oh. DKG reacts. Oh.
And then the subtitle will be things that make you go. Blah.
Oh.
Here's the video.
Why is this?
By the
This
way,
is
I'll
not
do that.
selling their product.
No, but so here's the
I
thing.
mean, like,
right?
like
You
so
pay
this is what you should show. Like, yeah, we're putting the stuff
so
in the
at
egg.
This part,
I got
that's
it.
where they remove all the DNA and then put your dog's DNA that they harvested
Put your
into
spoop
the
in the
eggs.
bloop. Yeah, we get it.
So they then put those eggs in the other dog. Your puppy is born healthy and it looks relatively like the puppy you once had.
Well, because that's the part that cloning has the trouble with. Like, we can put the data in there, but for whatever reason, we can't like spark the life thing. We don't really know that part
that's
yet.
what they claim in this one is they don't have to do the insemination part. They use
Look at them!
some.
Look at them! Look at them vacuuming up some eggs right here. Like,
So I thought this was fucked up and cool on multiple facts. It's a lot of really cool science, and it's kind of fucked up on the whole rent-a-dog part.
Well, so I love that they just like they keep like
Get it back.
there's got to be like a whole place where they keep going back and renting dogs, and they're like, why do you keep bringing them back with stitches every time? Why is there a new stitch in this dog? What'd you do? We only had it for 14 days. That's the rule. We can bring them back.
Like
if
that's
you
the
rent
way
a
it is
car
in my head.
and wreck it,
Like,
it's
I
okay.
know
It's like renting a car and then having your child in it and then returning
It's like
it.
GameStop instead of GameStop. If you get it for 14 days, and if you don't like it, you can bring it back. It doesn't matter what condition it's in.
Like there's a dog farm somewhere in Korea where like all the female dogs are just stitched the fuck up, and there's an owner like, what does this guy keep doing to my fucking dogs? Like, but he pays so well.
But they've lost some weight. I guess this is okay, you know.
Oh.
Send them off to the food factory, whatever.
Right?
It's
Send
China.
them off to the local market.
Oh, they just did throw out a number though.
Uh-oh.
A 40% success rate.
Yeah.
That's not worth $100,000. Nope.
Oh, but it's a little baby.
If you paid $100,000 upon successful,
Oh, look at that.
Be
Be like, you got to know this dog. This dog has got to be like, these ain't my fucking kids. What the fuck are these? I didn't make no cow children.
Yeah. But then I love the services of this, of like, at the end they're just like, yeah, and then when we have your puppy, either you can come fucking pick it up or we'll hand deliver it to you. Whatever. You already paid $100K.
It had better be hand delivered on in a basket of fucking feathers, micro fleece, and God.
Well, with crazy things like that, with dogs, like you're gonna get a litter of the clone, right? So you gotta just pick the one that, whatever. Yeah. I mean, so one, I mean, what I find lovely about this is totally Kaz baiting me for singularity talk. The whole idea of is a clone you, how much of the nurture part makes the person what they are. A lot of people are attached to their dog that they've spent 10 or 12 years or whatever with. Is that exact clone, even if it's raised by you, going to end up being the same personality? What weird moments and stuff are going to change it?
They talk about
some similarities, but I don't think it'll be 100%.
Yeah, right?
Here's the thing is, if you act and react to that dog the exact same way that you did to it when you were raising it, you're going to have a better chance of getting
How are you going to do that, though?
Results. Well, I mean...
With a dog, it's a little bit simpler, but, like, with anything, like... I mean, you ever try? Like, you see people that raise children. Like, one child, like, is gonna have a different temperament than the next, even if you parent the same way. You know, because it's a lot of time and shit happens, and you just that one time we're playing a game and she got hit by the fan and her head hurt for a while, and you didn't tell her mom about that, and.
I'm tasting some personal experience in the air. Tastes like salt.
Another egg story.
He banged her head on the door, and she cried for a while, but she was fine. She looked the same.
Oh,
she just walked to the left a little more than usual. But I did. Yeah, I mean, River Dragon. That's what I am bringing up, the nature versus nurture. But the thing is, when it comes down to it, it's both. That makes who you are. I think there was a NPR story that I listened to years and years ago. And I'm gonna pretend like I'm quoting it because I don't remember everything, so it may not be the real story. But there was this man who was talking. It wasn't even NPR. It was Radiolab or something, and they were talking about a guy who he was an older man, had a whole life with his wife and everything, and they had horses together, and she had a favorite horse, and she passed away, and then he kind of found solace in hanging out and raising and working with that horse that was her favorite, and kind of had a connection with her, or the horse as a her. And when it passed away from like a horrible cancer tumor thing or whatever, it was like a really horrible, like, he was really traumatized by the horse passing away after his wife passed away, and so he had paid a company to clone it, and he got the new horse, and there was all the stuff about like the temperament wasn't the same, and it was like angry all the time, and it was like a really weird feral angry horse, and like he had to go through this whole process of like like putting down this like horrible clone animal horse of the like clone of the one that his wife loved. It was just such a shitty like story of talking about like what makes the temperament of an animal, not only like a human or whatever.
What movie was that? That was a movie.
Maybe that was a movie.
It was a part of a movie, but no, it was a people thing, not like a horse thing. But there was a movie about a guy who clones his wife, and she comes back and she's like zombie feral.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the fucking name of it.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die if I can't remember this. Like, I'm literally gonna keel over on stream.
Gattaca?
No, Gattaca isn't that. Isn't that how every Dungeons and Dragons resurrection spell works, though? Like, you can't just come back to life perfectly?
No,
well, I know
it's
that
not
there
the
was...
Stepford Wide.
There was the Lazarus Project just came out recently, which is kind of like it. Not exactly, but that...
Isn't that how we got Casper? The friendly ghost?
I don't remember. Oh my god, this is going to fuck me up unless I can remember it. Okay.
There's been a lot of stuff like that, yeah. But yeah, the clones, I think they talked about this with Dolly as well. Like, it wasn't a perfect clone, even though it was a perfect clone, right? Like, it wasn't...
It doesn't have the same thoughts and feelings and things like that. But, yeah.
Well, all you got to do is, next brain map the data in the brain of the dog you're trying to clone, and then download it into the new dog body. Once we get those two things going together,
No, like I'm all for fucking cloning Curly. Once
we
he
digitize
fucking
the
heals
brain,
up.
and then we use the cloning technology to do the body. Then we wipe the brain of the clone, and then put the memory banks installed. Good to go.
I think this world needs more Curlies. Like 5 or 6 of them would be just about
We would
right.
just sit around in a corner just talking Singularity all the time,
and trains.
even though we're already clones. Like, we're like,
and rad.
like, which one of us is the real one? Who has more rights than the other? Who gets to vote? Who decides what our hair looks like?
Well, see, you have Curl, Curly, Curls, Curly's, and then
And Brian.
and Brian.
And he's the runt, the weird broken one with like a smaller arm. Like, it looks exactly like that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
There are people out there like that. Don't do that.
The real question is, would you fuck an inanimate object? I do all the time. What? Like,
Wow.
anyone that's ever played with a toy is fucking inanimate object. I mean, what are you trying to say there, BBG?
All right.
Let's
I got
see a
another
black
news
curly.
story.
That would be hilarious.
Oh my god.
Just no other features change. It's just my skin pigment is completely black.
God.
Oh, thing of nightmares.
Oh my god, okay. Never mind. Inappropriate.
If you were gonna ask Curly if he would fuck his clone, the answer is yes.
Yes,
No,
absolutely.
I was gonna say
Absolutely.
Curly,
Are you kidding me? I know me best.
But that'd be like fucking your
But if
brother or
you're
something,
raised
wouldn't it?
differently,
No, it's not. You're fucking your brother, a person you grew up with and like has a mind and a personality and everything of its own. It's me. I know what gets me off. I know how to turn my socks.
Isn't there a movie about that?
Ew. But no, see, you would be raised differently. You wouldn't be raised the same, so maybe your
Oh no
tastes change.
no! If I met like that was a clone of me that had been raised like completely differently or somewhere else or whatever, even if we grew up with him, like that's a whole different thing.
I could just see Curly looking at his clone, staring him straight in the eyes and saying, I know where your G-spot is.
Oh.
That's a different person. That's like fucking a twin. Then that's different.
Position.
But a clone, like a straight up like, hey, what's up, bro? Yeah, right. Let's do it.
I
So
got
Cur-
that sack.
That's the whole
Curly-
conversation.
Curly would be gay if he had a clone. Apparently so.
Is that
It's
gay?
not gay, it's masturbation.
Yes.
But no, it's still it's still a human, even if it is a clone, or is it not human if it's a clone? I don't know.
It's
See?
even if
See?
it's a clone.
Does it have
it's
rights?
gay.
I'm gonna get hate mail from the clone community now.
Podcast at
Can it even sue?
dkgTV.com.
What if I
Speaking of
blindfolded my
suing,
clone and I pretended I was a fucking internet relationship? I never told it for 2 years.
And you just
I didn't
strap
know my
something
clone was my
like
clone
that.
boyfriend.
It turns out I was blindfolded and
Oh my
fucking my
God.
clone with a strap
Strap
on.
Show title. But no, speaking of suing, and maybe our two Texas people can add to this. So this Texas state attorney general is suing himself to stop himself from releasing documents that he says can't be released. So I don't know if you two know more about this than what this
Yeah.
article says and want to give your own insight, because that would be helpful.
It's complete bullshit, frankly.
Okay.
I don't know if I completely understand because I kind of wasn't fucking interested in the article to tell the truth because I don't give a shit about Texas politics because everybody's a fucking idiot. Yeah, everybody that runs politics or whatever in those positions in Texas are fucking morons. That's why everybody shits on Texas so much. And I kind of agree with them on that. But I think it's like he's in court for something and they're wanting him to release documents, so he's trying to sue himself saying he can't release the documents so that way
Yeah.
the other people don't get the documents.
According to the article, he's been
that
a
makes
part
sense.
of a lot of shady deals and a lot of like mysterious sums of money, like being asked for border patrol, and there's like a list of things that he or associates of his have asked for massive amounts of money for that have kind of just had no real, no detailed orientation of what the money was for. So people have been, so reporters started to look into the things, and other lawyers have started to ask him to release the detailed documents of what this money was going into. And he initially tried to say, I can't release the documents, terrorism. And once that didn't fly, he went with this lovely idea of suing himself to not have these documents released.
Yeah. Law's weird, dude.
Which tells you everything is fucking shady as fuck.
Let me just drop some context into this. This guy is in trouble for specifically denying the right to marry between two women, if I'm not mistaken.
That as well. Yeah, that is in here as well.
This guy is trying to cover his ass because he refused to follow federal law, and he's trying to pull some weird-ass gimmick. I say let him do the little rotation and be done with it.
So apparently the not allowing two women things, he was already in trouble for that. Then he had a second thing for fraud, and then now he has this thing, which was the release of the documents for the fraud charges.
Right.
And he's trying to cover that up as well.
Well, he'd probably get in trouble more from the fraud, because that's government money rather than not marrying two gay people, which is fucking bullshit. But
were they blindfolded?
Those gays wanted to.
Well, I'm pretty sure one of them had a strap on.
Let's try to do him a favor. Yeah, no, I've seen some weird law shenanigans and whatnot. That's what that is. Jesus Christ. I'm just trying to get the grasp of it, and it's hurting my head. Because he's like not doing it directly, but he's got like a representative firm that is like that's supposed to be representing him, and they're doing the suing of this situation, but they told him he can't release the documents, so he's having them sue him directly, because then at that point you can claim like, these documents are part of this fucking lawsuit, and if he released them, it would be, an issue with the
violation of,
Yeah. And so, yeah, that's...
But how long can he do that? I mean,
he's fucking putting the Konami code in life, is what he's doing right now.
The thing is
he's wasting more taxpayers' money.
Exactly.
I'm surprised Texas
though.
deals with that, because that's all state money.
That's the problem, though, is that if he draws out this litigation enough, the longer it goes, the bigger a chance there is that somebody's going to drop the charges against him.
Yeah.
That's probably what he's banking on.
Well, I don't know how it works in Texas. There was a guy out here that was, I don't want to say mayor, I guess? I don't know, but the guy that was diddling people and stuff,
With strap-ons?
He tried to fight the lawsuit that was brought up by the state, and obviously the lawsuit would be paid for on his side because he's still part of the state. So that's just everyone's mad at him, but the only way to get him out is to sue him with taxpayer money, and then he has to be defended by taxpayer money, and you're like, fuck, can we just stop? But the stipulations of the final lawsuit were like, all of that money is not being brought by the taxpayers, so you have to pay it. That was the biggest part of the lawsuit. That was like, screw you, bitch. You're not taking taxpayer money for this lawsuit.
We got you, bitch.
So I don't know if you can say that.
Kind of.
Yeah, what was that? The Filner guy, Demon Reaper? He was in office for 3 or 4 months, and it was like, yeah, he's tried to diddle every girl that's walked in the office. It's like, Jesus Christ. Just literally creepy old man, walking in, hey, babe, close the door. And oh, I'm just kidding. It's like, you're the fucking mayor. Stop. What are you doing?
Who was the dude in California? Wow. Canada that was doing that. Canada, Florida. Canalia. I've had a lot of this shit tonight. Can somebody fill me in? It's
I love that you're pouring your whiskey
or
your cider into your fucking
cider.
wine glass.
No. This is that grain alcohol liquor that I was telling you about. But no, it was a mayor up in Canada who got busted with prostitutes and then meth and prostitutes and then meth, prostitutes, and meth. And they finally kicked him out or something. Who was that?
Wasn't there the mayor of New York that got busted with drugs and shit like that too? The fat dude that everybody makes memes about.
Every other week. Well, no, I think it's the same dude.
Christie?
No, it was
I think so.
No, that guy's running for president now. I don't think that's worked out. I don't think
Methstitutes.
Methstitutes.
I love that.
Keeping that one.
That's going out there.
I agree, time jumper. I definitely agree. Rob Ford, thank you. That's it. Rob Ford.
Oh yeah, a lot of people were saying Rob Ford. I didn't realize that was what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I thought
yeah,
they were
Rob
just.
Ford.
I thought they were just trying to steal a truck.
Pogo.
Bada bing! Text to they were playing a text adventure in the chat.
Look window, open window, jump window. Oh my
Blindfold girlfriend.
Oh god, I hate
Equip
text
strap on. Cool.
Yeah, but no, like this is just it's really shitty politics, and it's just a dude who spent way too much time in law school to figure out that he could do this shit.
Yeah,
Like
crazy
And
people
the
are crazy.
problem is it'll probably work. That's the thing.
yeah, no, that's the fun part about law, ladies and gentlemen. Learn them.
Yep.
I think that's
right.
if you ever
And
have
see,
to actually
I
have to go to
and you
court, I
know-
think you'll
And
see
you know
like
where-
what?
No, you spent that long yelling. Say it.
I know. No, I was gonna tell you that where the story comes from. It's from Travis County, which is like Austin.
That's me. That is me,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. That's out there.
It's right outside your window.
Right outside that fucking window. In here, it's Minnesota. Out there, it's Austin. It's Travis County.
That's why I'm not moving to Texas.
That's why we're
Also,
moving to
most
Texas,
people
Kaz?
Not into
No,
the
fuck no.
Okay.
No.
Hey, they allow
One,
blindfold and strap-ons here.
One.
Except on Sundays.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can
No,
take you while go hang out.
Yeah. But
Yeah, me and Sporks will be right back.
I don't
Go
know.
find
Like,
me a woman with a strap on.
like the city I live in already has shitty politicians like who like they've come down to like just yelling at each other on social media, or like when they have debates it's just like, you're a goober, and they're like, oh, your mom's a goober, and I'm like, is this the city council meeting for like the new road signs? Like
It's just a step up from like high school politics, though. That's all it is. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
why I fucked your
Out
bitch.
here, like people know. I don't know if it's like just difference between like I don't know if you guys do, but like I don't know any of my local like politicians. I don't, and I don't know if it's just because I work in the computer field, but like everyone else I talked to was like, oh my god, the mayor came into like our store the other day, and I'm like, I couldn't tell you who that was. You know, like,
I only know my mayor because there's like such controversy about her, like all over the net, because she's a lesbian and like she gets so much fucking hate for that.
well, you don't want to
so
spread around your
it's kind of
lesbianism. It
about
would,
her.
you know, if
right?
it'll get caught, and then
Okay, it's
Oh,
it's
God.
2015, people. Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but it's still amazing. And then most of the other people from like Texas, they've been in jail before,
But
so I see them in the news.
you got to understand, Middle America still exists, and they're still
Yeah, Kaz
pumping
yells at me
that-
for this all the time because, like,
Yeah.
I'm born and raised in San Diego, and I'm just so used to like.
Yeah, and I'm born and raised in New
Intelligence?
York.
Well, I mean,
Like,
everyone out
and-
here is you know crazy, bleeding heart liberal. So in one sense, everyone's absolutely batshit dumb, but in the other sense, at least they fucking coexist with each other while they're being dumb. Like, so I'm like. I'm always just confused, right? You see a story and it's like, no, them fucking gays are coming after us. And I'm like, what time traveling machine did you step out of? Like, come on.
Welcome to Texas.
Is Texas like that? I thought Texas was super diverse at this point.
Well,
No,
here's the
Austin
thing: is
is
Austin.
super
Yeah,
diverse.
Austin is where the okay, I'm gonna say intelligent with like big air quotes because
Hipsters.
there's
Damn
there
gays
you go.
be at.
There's a very nice variety of people in Austin, and then there's the rest of Texas. Now,
Yeah.
the crazy thing is that you will run into people that seem totally intelligent, you know, and they're just like, yeah, you know, other races, other genders, other sexualities, you know, whatever. And then those are the people that when there's a sign that says "Do not touch the artwork, ask for assistance," they're the ones that are pulling down the fucking pictures. Okay, so
This would have better
There's-
light over here.
there's levels of
Yeah.
intelligence.
I love, because, you know, like Curly said, when you grow up somewhere and you grow up around people who are open-minded and you're taught to be open-minded and you're taught to like accept everybody for who they are, you know, but then as you grow up and you become an adult and you go out and you forge new friendships with people, you know, you sometimes come across the accidental racist who's like, you're having a conversation with him and you're like, man, this dude is intelligent, he's cool, he's awesome, and they're like, oh man, oh what, gays are cool, yeah man, oh yeah, no, like you know, I love and accept everyone except for those fucking fucking Mexicans, and you're like, whoa, whoa, what happened? And he just goes on a rant, and you're like, holy shit, like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, like
or you just meet people who are straight up just bigoted, and they're just like, you know.
like
At
even
least
even
if somebody
even
hates everyone, it's okay.
even the old people I know,
do.
like my grandmother
I
and
hate
stuff,
everyone.
like whenever there's like a racist comment or something, like something old, backwatery and stuff, is just always whispered. Even I'm like, at least they have the fucking knowledge that they're supposed to be whispering that at this point.
Yeah.
Like, fucking, not fucking screaming it in front of the news cameras, and you're trying to run for office. Like, it's,
At the same time,
No.
it's kind of refreshing to know that there are people out there that understand, like, hey, I'm racist. Okay, boom. You know, this person is racist. They acknowledge it.
Yeah.
They say, yes, this is what I believe. I understand that this is labeled as racism. I'm racist. And they're like, okay, well, good. You go sit in the corner
Yeah.
with your blindfold and
see how that works out for you.
Strap on
Yeah.
and enjoy yourself. And the intelligent people will be over here moving the world ahead.
yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, because people always get on the. I mean, and this is actually getting super serious at this point, I guess. But like, people complain all the time, like, oh, you can't force people to have these opinions and stuff. And I'm like, I never want that. As long as you're not infringing upon someone else's abilities to live life as a human being, and you're not inflicting like pain upon them, go have your fucking thoughts and opinions. Like, be racist. Run a store where you don't want to serve anyone that's got a fucking skin pigment slightly off from yours. I don't give a shit. I don't think anyone's going to come to it. I don't think anyone's going to work there. I don't think it's going to work out for you. And if it does, enjoy that fucking microcosm of the world that you're going to fucking live in. I won't give a shit for it. But when you start infringing on other people, like, oh, you can't cross this road here because you're a different color, then you have problems because you can't take away someone's ability to exist.
I
Like-
completely agree.
I mean, and on the same note, it's kind of that whole idea of churches that don't approve, that refuse to perform gay marriages. That's fine.
Yeah,
if
that's
this
your church.
decides that they don't, like, what is it Anonymous says? It's, I don't agree with what you're saying, but I will defend until
Yep.
the death your right to say it. It's that whole idea
That's
that,
not anonymous.
you know,
That's
if
like,
anybody who's intelligent, yeah, I know, right?
no, there was like a dude, like, that's like Payne or Jefferson or someone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like,
It's like one of the
that's
big
their
dudes.
movements. Yeah, that's their
Pain is an
movement saying
anime
that.
character. What the fuck?
No, Thomas Paine, like, fucking,
Yeah.
I'm not major pain.
Jesus
But
Christ,
on that
Kaz.
same note,
Sorry.
the problem is when there are people that say, like, okay, I have this church, I run this church, the church agrees that we don't want to perform gay marriages. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. But then there are always those people that will attack that church for saying, you know, no, and then they become the problem.
Yeah.
These people that will attack people for having an opinion, to attack people for having
Yep.
a decision.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the issue lies.
Well,
That's
you do
where
run
those
that
people-
risk when you
Yeah.
alienate an entire people.
Yeah,
That people are going to get
River-
mad about it. I will defend your place from the people that decide to go to, you know,
Mm-hmm.
attacking your place, but I can't blame them for it. They have an
right?
opinion.
You know, it's like what River Dragon just said. Businesses should have the right to refuse, and churches.
Yeah.
Don't shoot me for this, but churches are businesses.
Yeah, and they can do
in
whatever they
one
want.
way or
Yeah.
they should have the right to refuse service to anyone for any reason. Let the market forces dismantle racism.
Free
And
markets,
I agree.
yo.
I don't think it's all it's going to take.
I can have a Whitey's only computer shop, and you can bring it.
God damn it.
And you only fix Dells, right?
Yeah, only Amiga Commodores, and only if you're
know,
white.
like-
Well, not like anyone I know that would have an Amiga Commodore anymore.
I constantly refused Apple
I have a
products
Commodore.
when I
Sure.
worked at a computer shop. So that's
And
a
white
firm
people that own them.
at that point, yeah. And the one
yeah.
or two
How
black
do the
kids that they
Amish
were going to
feel
be the
about
next producer.
Speaking of politics, though,
man.
the only story that I could find is that you guys remember John McAfee, right?
No.
No. What?
The guy who started McAfee software, the antivirus.
Oh,
yeah.
McAfee.
McAfee, is that what you call it?
McAfee,
Yeah,
See, there's no A between the M and the C, so I always get confused.
McAfee? Whatever.
It's
Okay.
MC Affy. It's
Yeah.
MCFE.
Under subtitle, one of the worst antiviruses you can install on your
Well,
computer.
that's the thing is he knows
Yeah.
this. Like,
Damn.
Homeboy made the stuff and made a ton of money, you know, back in the
But-
day,
So I
and
will
then
give
he
them
went
one
batshit
thing.
crazy.
They do a lot of good viral research. They do put out a lot of good, like, hey, this is something to look out for. Also, if you opened up this paper, you already downloaded McAfee. But, you know,
Thank you for installing
Try
this.
to get that uninstalled.
yeah. But no, they do a lot of good, like, viral research.
Regardless, the company has nothing to do with him anymore. He made a bunch of money when he made it, and it got popular, and then he sold the company off, and it has nothing to do with him. Has his namesake, and that's it. But honestly, that guy went batshit crazy. The most recent he showed up in the news was a couple years back, where he was brought up on murder charges. He was missing.
Nice.
He has a big mansion somewhere, and he had a friend that used to come over all the time, and that friend died, like was shot up. And they were like, they went to go question him, and he had fucking disappeared. And then he showed up on the internet with videos of himself in disguise at the crime scene. Like researching it, and it was a bunch of like stuff like, hey, internet, this is, you know, John fucking McAfee, and all this conspiracy theory shit about how the government was gonna fucking they're trying to kill him, they want to bring him in for questioning, but he's gonna disappear if they fucking if he goes in. So he's on the run from the Illuminati basically. And they were like, we just want to question him. He's a suspect in this murder, and he was batshit crazy. But he got exonerated from those charges and everything. And then the next thing he did was he made a video, very much like the Old Spice videos, where it's just like him in a green screen like library with a big giant chair, and he's talking about. He's got like big busty models with like scampy, like tiny like bikinis, and they're all holding guns. And
I think I need a link to this.
He's snorting coke. This isn't even the story. So he's like snorting cocaine.
Scampi? Because Scampi is a fucking dish at Red Lobster.
It's an anime character. No, Thomas Scampi.
I think he means Scampy.
Skimpy, whatever. But so the dude's crazy as shit, right? So he made this video that was like, hey everyone, I don't have anything to do with your fucking McAfee software. I don't run that company anymore. It's not a part of me at all, and I get all these emails. He was like reading emails openly that was like, your software is a piece of fucking shit. You should die. I hate you. And he was just like, you know what you do with the fucking, you know, here, let me log in and fix McAfee. And then he ended up shooting his computer with a gun. It was just a batshit crazy great video.
I remember that video.
Yeah. So my new story that I found was that he's running for president now.
What?
I'm voting for him. There you go. Boom. There's my vote.
I mean, I don't want to say he looks crazy as fuck.
I want to see him doing coke off of the fucking like presidential desk.
Of a hooker's ass?
Well, I mean, I'll show that video in a second. But like, this is this guy, right?
Oh my God.
Holy shit, that's him?
That's McAfee.
Like
He's got to dye his beard. There's no way he can get lines like that without it.
But he's running for the Cyber Party, and honestly, I wasn't actually going to bring the story up because I saw this and I immediately did my thing that I do when I find a story. I bookmarked it on my phone, and then I was going to go back to it later. When I went back to it, I was like, this is going to be hilarious. He's actually super serious. Like, he's like, I'm on this. This is what I'm going to do. I'm real. I'm not a politician. I have no fucking idea how to run a country. But what I know is I know the internet, and I know how you guys work, and I know how to actually fucking talk to you. So he's like, what I'm going to do if I was elected president is I'm going to have every fucking week a fucking internet chat, side-by-side fireside chat, where I am in your house with you, and we're talking, and I'm going to bring you some batshit crazy ideas that I think will work, and you immediately give me feedback, and we talk about it, and you come up with ideas, and then we'll fucking work on implementing them. And he's like,
I'm voting for him.
People talk about outsourcing stuff all the time, or they talk about crowdfunding and crowdsourcing. We're going to crowdsource the entirety that the government's politics are going to be based on. And I'm like, whoa, like, okay. I mean, it's not going to work, but fucking, I didn't know he'd be super serious about it. Seeing as his other video was like,
whatever fucking, whatever goddamn medication he's on, he switched it up and fucking went back to normal.
I don't know, he looks like an evil villain.
Yeah, right? And that's what I was thinking with that beard.
Yeah, with the weird colors.
He does look like a new Bond villain, like he should be like.
This is his other video.
Is he in a smoking jacket?
Yes, it's all green screen Library of Congress.
So he's got a sense of humor. He knows what appeals to the internet, which is exactly what he's doing.
He's lighting his cigarette off of a $100 bill. He just doesn't give a shit.
Oh my God.
He is essentially baiting the internet with this video. Like, this is perfect. A Hello Kitty fucking Zippo. Are you kidding me?
When it expired, fuck it up. Here's another computer. It was McAfee.
That was reading.
My computer's always really fast, but that son of a bitch has to come fuck it up. Here's another. My free trial for McAfee, or however it's spelled, expired. When it expired, it blocked Pornhub. Fuck McAfee. Fuck them in their stupid faces. I hope they all get dick and cunt rot and die a slow, agonizing death for limiting my porn use to X-Hamster. No one should have to use X-Hamster.
No one should have to use
I tried
X-Hamster.
one final time and got the Urban
Hold on.
Dictionary. I can't.
But so,
This
he,
is my lab tech bar.
Is those stripped boxers?
Yep.
And did he tuck his shirt into them?
so
Oh
he's
my
doing
God,
coke.
what the fuck?
Depending on which edition and version of
This is guy's trying to talk you down of like how to uninstall it.
on your computer.
I like the redhead. She's cute.
He's just doing a shit ton of coke. So if you want, he's doing bath salts. That's what he's doing. That's when bath salts was a big thing.
Did he eat a hooker's face off? Because I kind of want to see that.
Probably.
So yeah, he's running for president. I mean, do it.
Hold on.
Not
First
getting
of all,
vote.
2 things.
All I know
One,
is this story was he had CNN Money fucking interview him.
But
Wait.
hold on, 2 things here, right? 1, I'm voting for this man. 2, whack it. I know what the fuck X-Hamster is. All right? Good goddamn sight.
I gotta admit, a guy with that much tattoo work, All right.
He's
So yeah,
done some
McAfee16.com team. Let's make this shit happen.
Boom, voting for it. I'm down. Lock it in.
God.
There goes my vote. Right there. Oh my god.
Take vote.
No.
Place directly in toilet.
Oh no.
That's kind
I
of
used
like
to
how you create hot pockets. You take the wrapper off, place
Look.
directly in the toilet.
I know more about this man's politics than most people who go to vote know about politics because I've worked at a voter registration place, and Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god.
I've never worked at one, but you gotta understand, I used to live in rural Minnesota, which, 45 minutes away from the Twin Cities is not super rural, but it was enough that I got to see this. I went in to vote, and the ladies running the voting room, whatever, obviously 4 overweight white women that are housewives. That typical kind of thing. And I went in, I got my little piece of paper, I was waiting for a little thing to open up, and yeah, exactly. Thank you. Words. Who knew? And one of the only black families in our area walked in. And you could just see, like, oh, are you sure you're registered? And then as soon as they got there, they were registered, they signed, they got their paper, and they're waiting. And the little old ladies who were talking raucously and having a good time and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, what are you going to do later? Oh, let's go and have our sewing circle. Or all of a sudden just like, Obama.
Yeah.
Awkward.
Like when that's my story, but from reverse, which is like I'm working there, I'm doing the whole like ushering people, stand in line, you're next, blah 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 blah, and then like I had to go outside, like fucking separate people because there had to be 2 lines because there was 2 voting areas, and I just have a dude who's there and just like we're supposed to tell people like like no political attire kind of shit, like no promotional attire, things like that or whatever. And it was just like for the sweetest of this old man could be, there's just this old black dude like with an Obama t-shirt on, and I'm just like it's like a fucking concert t-shirt, so I'm gonna not like bother with it. And then like he gets to me and he's looking at me or whatever, and then like it just so happened that the dude who I sent outside with me and the other line was white. So he's just looking at me like, you're going to vote for Obama, right? And I'm just like, what? And he's like, you know who we voting for? And I'm like,
No.
I'm like, honey, no.
That's not how
I'm
Don't
not
lump me in
supposed
your
to,
fucking party.
But I was like 2 seconds away from being like, do you know anything about his politics other than he's black? Like, do you know anything? What do you know? Tell me 2 things. And it was just like, I can't. I just can't. So I just looked at him, and he's like, oh, you know. And I'm just like, okay, you're next. You can go. Like, oh my god. But it was just, it was so special.
All right, we got emails.
We got emails?
Beep, 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 beep,
What?
break
Time
it?
for some cocktail-infused communications. dkgWELP. Email.
It's so much more fun. Oh shit!
Great. Nobody's gonna hear that part of the show now.
Oh, the VOD's dead. Accidental.
Wah, wah.
But yeah, no. Some lovely emails came in during the show. One of them was, "Did you get this, Curls?" It's a good email.
Got it. Just so you know.
Good.
Fantastic.
Delivered.
Good delivery. Where'd the other one go? I lost
Just so
it.
lost in the sea of fucking YouTube. Fucking.
I lost it. Where'd it go? Ow! How do you get to all mail? Shit.
Miller, hi.
You hype it up. Hide viewer emails. I really didn't.
Jesus Christ.
One of them. Why does Curly have chickens? Are they Erica's? Yes, they're Erica's. They're her chickens. When did Curly get turned hipster and get a corgi, Kappa face? But really, when did he get a dog? It's Erica's. To Cass, I've been watching. I've been watching the Rooster Teeth podcast all weekend, but your recommendation, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
By
yeah.
your recommendation?
Good show.
or
I'm
by-
just reading it as it's typed.
Okay.
A lot of like. All right, I'm gonna get real with you kids. A lot of what I fucking do, I see other people do shit, and I'm like, oh man, if we did that, but in this kind of format, slightly different than they're doing it, it could be like that. And a lot of the idea that I took for this podcast initially was from the Rooster Teeth podcast, where Rooster Teeth is kind of a big internet media company. And
Kaz is just trying to use this as a stepping stone to get on Rooster Teeth.
No, I want to take them out. I want to be better. No. So usually the way their podcasts work is it's one host, just Gus Sorolla, and a rotation of people who work in at that office there. So I figured that would work for us. We have a lot of internet friends that we can rotate in and out and have a special guest every once in a while, and that's the whole way that this podcast works. So, boom. Good shit.
Absolutely good shit. To the guest, what made you want to be part of the DKG community?
Sporks, are you back?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
Alright, you go first.
What made me want to join the community? Because everybody's drunk and fun, and I like it. And
I like it.
There's always somebody around to like chat with and stuff, which is really, really cool.
No.
I'm gonna drop a real bomb here real quick.
Uh-oh.
The reason I checked into DKG originally, I don't remember exactly what brought me here, but I do remember mentioning something in chat, saying hi, getting an immediate response. And that was huge for me because I come to Twitch so I can interact with the speaker. And when Curly replied immediately, I was like, okay, cool, this guy's awesome. And he was drunk off his ass at the time, so I don't even know if he knew what he was doing. But then I went live to stream a couple of days later, and he's in my chat. I'm like, holy shit, okay, like, hi, how are you? And then the next time I went back to DKG, he recognized me, and there was this back and forth that I got kind of caught in, and it was amazing. And it was this like warmth, like, hey, I belong here. And everybody was super friendly. Everybody was super loose and enjoyable, and everybody was super cool. Even when people are being douchey, they were entertaining to be around. So
that's a hint at Kaz there.
All right, sorry, there we go. So I mean, it was, even when people were being, smart-assy, they were being fun, and that's why I'm happy to be here. And I'm sorry I haven't been around as much lately. Work has been a bitch, but that's why I'm here.
Very specifically between us, like, I think you and me both don't have much time to be in each other's channels, like, but I appreciate that you take the time to pop in when you can and say hi, scoot in and scoot the fuck out. And like I try to watch as much as I can when I'm at work, because when you're one of the people that streams during the day very perfectly for when I work, and sometimes I can be engaged and like enjoy it, and sometimes I just really just have you off in the corner and I'm walking around and I come back and I'm like, oh yeah, stuff's happening, and I come back, and I don't know, it's just cool. Like you do the same stuff that I like to foster here. Which is just hanging out with people, and we could all sit here and make Let's Plays where we do a one-sided conversation, or we just play a game quietly, but I don't want that. You know, like I'm
That
here
is
because I mean,
boring.
my favorite
Actually, we were
streams
gonna
that
do
we've
that.
done are my favorite times have always been like the times there's not even a game involved. It's just hanging out in Mumble
This,
or whatever.
right?
Yeah.
And I think the big
Yeah,
thing
so,
is the tastes really fit. Like Lumino City. Oh my god.
As soon
That
as
was
I touched
amazing.
that, I was like, I need to see Gelfling play this. Like, I don't even want to play it. It's a point and click adventure. It's glorious.
It's amazing. Okay, sorry, Kaz, I cut you off.
Oh no, I wanted it under my breath because Curly said that we could do the Let's Plays, but that'd be boring, and I was like, watch the YouTube; those are coming.
And I think Queen, I think I met you through the Jack stuff, right? Like,
Yeah, the Jackass podcast. Or
Yeah.
no, not even the Jackass podcast. We were doing the Survivor role-playing thing.
yeah, the Earth Dawn stuff.
Earth Dawn. There we go.
Yeah.
I still haven't done that. This looks interesting.
Yeah, I think you were hanging out like a pre-game stuff, and I was just like, this bitch is fun.
I try to be,
Yeah.
which is why I love your channel, because like you're saying, like it's, I don't know, I feel like I fit in. Like for the first time I came and hang out, everybody's really friendly in chat, and then like I got invited to be in the whatever the
Rocket
Mumble.
League.
Yeah, in Rocket League, and everybody was so welcoming, and there wasn't no like, oh, who is this bitch?
I tried.
She's fucking horrible at this game. Never invite her again.
People give
No,
me shit
everybody's
for
like,
yelling all the time.
"Man!"
I
love
yell
it.
all the time because people don't get it. Like, I'm like, come to the fucking Mumble, hang out, you're welcome. It's a place for everybody. But people are like, you say that all the time. And I'm like, yeah, because sometimes people pop in and they're like, oh, am I allowed to be in the Mumble? And I'm like, God damn it, get in the Mumble. Like, I want to play and talk with you guys. Someone came in the Mumble the other day and was like, oh, they private messaged me. Am I allowed to talk in here? I'm like, I will cut you. I will cut you right now.
As long as your mic works.
As long as your
Curly
mic
won't give
works,
you
I
shit.
don't have to relegate you to the your mic is bad and you should feel bad room.
Speaking of, I
got
have
put
Rocket
in there
League now.
once.
This is gonna be terrifying. I have Rocket League now.
Yes! I know what we're doing after show.
Are we fucking
yeah.
doing that?
I can't.
Tournament?
Avendi is on Destiny right now. I'm not gonna have the PS4 for the rest of the night.
Oh, you're on the PS4.
What? He's on PS4. We have a clan on PS4.
Kaz has some kids that play Destiny. You might want to hook them up.
All right, I'll send you some info and I'll DM you, Kaz.
What was I going to say? Oh, so Kaz brought that up. I was supposed to, at some point this weekend, set up the DKG Rocket League tournament plans. I'm going
We'll do
to,
it
at some
after
point, you're
TwitchCon.
all going to get emails or Skype pings or however I'm able to contact you regarding interest in signing up on a Google Sheet for fucking some kind of just simple, stupid ladder tournament.
2s or 3s?
It's going to be 4s.
Shit.
Yeah,
I
everybody's
went
gonna
back
be
and forth
on
with
that.
JVZ on it. We're not doing like a real fucking thing. Like, let's just have as many people being able to play at the same time as ever. So do 4s. We're not going to be like,
I was
no,
hoping on-
but that breaks the fucking game and it's not balanced and blah blah blah. I don't give a shit.
I was
Let's have
hoping
fun.
on 2s because I had a ringer set up for 2s.
Come on.
This last question is for everyone that's not me because I actually don't watch it. Hello all. So this Game of Thrones, is it any good? Stay drunk, kids.
Haven't watched it, haven't read it.
I haven't watched last season or this season, but if the season's still going, I wait till the end and then I binge watch them all. But I fucking love that show. It's amazing.
All right, so are we talking about the television show or are we talking about the episodes of the Telltale game?
Not specified.
Okay,
choose your poison.
not a fucking clue. I stopped watching it. I would rather read the books, and I couldn't get through the books, so I quit. I completely
couldn't-
disconnected.
I couldn't get through the book. I tried the first book. I couldn't get through it. But I can totally do the show.
I read most of it. I'm like one of those weird kind of people that I prefer the book over the visual media, over the movie or the TV show or whatever. And George R.R. Martin, God bless him, I don't like his writing style. I don't like how he approaches certain issues. I do not like his
Because
politics
he's
are
too
amazing.
busy fucking watching football.
Well, there's too much, I am not a prude. Anybody who watches my show knows that that is not my thing, that is not my jam. But he's getting like...
I'm naked the whole time and I got whips.
Yeah.
I got excited.
But long story short,
think
there's
that's
just
against the
too
TOS.
much... There's too much of that in the books. There's too much of... Every time I see a female character, I'm like, oh, she's going to be raped by the end of the game. Or the end of the book, or she's gonna end up dead, and it's like I know for a fact that every female character is going to be sexually assaulted or physically assaulted by the end of the book, and I'm not like whatever. I mean, if it serves the story, great, but half the time it doesn't. So I don't give a shit. So I didn't like the book, so I didn't watch the show. I didn't even get to the episode where the one dude gets his head stuff. No spoilers, I guess, if nobody's ever seen it.
His
Yeah, I
head
know.
stuff.
His head stuff and the stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been on record for saying like I don't like I'm not against telling the real plots of stuff that actually happens, especially in that time period. Like I'm not gonna shy away from it, but if you're making a fictional world and it's not necessary for the story to be told that way, I don't need it. I'd rather not. You know, like you're not. There are plenty of other ways to make drama and tension. Like I don't care for it. Yeah, I watched Game of Thrones up to, I don't know, second season or something, and I got bored. There's just other shit to do.
Work my way through Vampire Diaries, so.
I kind of treat it the same way I treat, what's it called? The Bleach anime. There are so many episodes, and there are some that are only... there are some episodes that are important, and the other ones I can just ignore. So eventually I will watch Game of Thrones, and I will only focus on those certain episodes that actually, like, progress the story. Instead of, ooh, look, they're whores, and they're all, like, touching each other's and stuff. Oh, completely. I agree with you.
So glad that show is done. Fuck that
Is it?
anime.
Thank God.
Has. Yeah.
Never
Dildo
watched
and a
it.
blindfold. Sorry. Why did Real
All
Conan
right.
get timed out?
We don't talk about
Oh.
timeouts. It's Conan.
It's Conan, got it.
There's probably a reason someone did it.
We're on timeout.
But we're over time. We're over time, and this has been a blast. I consider and talk to you fucking people for ever, and that's what this episode would become if we let it go any longer. But sadly, we must say goodbye. Here at DKG, we sing the cleanup song at the... No, I'm fucking...
This is why I do intros and outros. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to the show, participating in the show, and being in the live audience if you were here. If not, thank you anyway, because you're listening later. And if for some reason you still hear this and you're not listening later or subscribe to the show, I hope you stub your dick on a fucking doorknob. So, there's that. Live it, love it, and good night and goodbye. Subscribe on iTunes. Do all the things.
Thanks for following the channel. Thanks
Stay
for hanging
drunk,
out. Thank you so much, you two, for being here, Queen and Gelfling. Two of my favorite human beings. I wish I could spend way more time talking about the reasons I love you. But that would be a whole podcast in and of itself.
Muted.
Why are you killing the stream? I was still saying goodbye. I'm going to tell people to watch it on iTunes and shit. God damn it. I was actually going to give a link to the iTunes and talk about how there's certain episodes that are not coming out yet because you haven't given to me because Sword Song disappeared.
She went to school.
So you may need to find someone else to outsource your fucking shenanigans to.
Yup.
God damn it. So the podcasts are stalled at episode 15 right now because I haven't gotten any more.
Like that.
16. I need to edit 17 and 18.
I'm gonna stop the recording.
Oh, and then